Ahojte, ja som Marian Lipovský a vy počúvate podcast Timothy Worship Centra. Ďakujeme, že ste sa ku nám dnes pridali a dúfam, že vás budeme inšpirovať, pomôžeme vám rásť vo viere, v osobnom vzťahu s Pánom Ježišom Kristom a vo všetkom, do čoho vás Pán Boh volá. Užite si túto tému.
Hello, I'm Chris King and I'm from YFC Australia. I'm going to be speaking a little bit about identity that flows on to what you do. I think it's fundamental for us as Christians to understand who we are before we do a thing. When we were saved, we were made new. In 2 Corinthians 5:17, it says that you are now a new creation. All things and old things have passed away. Behold, all things are made new. So something about you has changed. And I would like to talk about this in light of evangelism. So I'm going to read out like a verse in Ephesians 4, starting in verse 11. It says, "And he himself," referring to Jesus, "gave some to be apostles, some prophets, some evangelists, some pastors, and some teachers, for the equipping of the saints, for the work of the ministry, for the edifying of the body of Christ, till we all come to the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of God, to a perfect man, to the measure of the stature of the fullness of Christ." It's saying quite a few things here. I just want to pull out a few thoughts. Firstly, Jesus here is giving us gifts, and these gifts are people. And these people are to equip the normal saint. Point one. We have changed by leaving an old man and becoming a new man. The old man was defined by what he did. The old man is called a sinner who sinned, defined by what he did. As a Christian, we have faith in Jesus, so now we are defined not by what we do, by who we believe in. He, Jesus, defines us. He makes us a saint. He has cleansed us from all sin. He has chucked all the old out and buried it in the ground. And then through faith, we have been raised up with him to a newness of life. We cannot associate ourselves with the past sinner. Jesus says that we are a saint. And if we are a saint now, it says that we are to be equipped as saints here. It says, for the equipping of the saints, for the work of the ministry. So as a saint, as someone who has been sanctified by Jesus, in 1 Corinthians 6:11, it says that he has sanctified us, that he has washed us, that he has cleansed us, that we have been sanctified, we have been purified. So having the identity as a saint, we can then do the work of the ministry. One of these ministries that is mentioned, being apostolic, being prophetic, evangelizing, shepherding or pastoring, and teaching. This is the work of the ministry. So it's for the general saint, for all believers to step into and outwork the gift. So in verse 13 it says, "Till we all come to the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of God, to a perfect man." In some translations, this says a mature man. This is a man who is fully equipped in all of these areas. This is not something that your friend over here has the gift in of evangelism. Or no, this friend over here, he has the gift of teaching. And I'm not a pastor like my pastor. This is my skill set. These gifts of people, evangelist, teacher, pastor, the apostle and the prophet, are here to equip the saint. If you picture it like a student in a school, the student doesn't just train in sport, doesn't just learn in only maths or only English or only other subjects. The student is equipped in all the subjects so that he is a well-rounded student at the end. This is the goal for us, that we should no longer excuse ourselves by saying, this person, he has the gift, or it's not my personality. This person has the personality to be outgoing and extroverted. Oh no, I'm an introvert. I don't preach the gospel. He wants us to recognize that what we do stems from who we are. And when we're equipped in all of these ways, we will be able to do the work of the ministry so that Christ can have his functioning body of Christ working together in the unity of the faith, that we would have the fullness of the measure of Christ here on the earth. Jesus thought it was better that he goes, that the Spirit would come and unify us all, for us to be the body of Christ.
Ďakujeme, že ste počúvali podcast Timothy Worship Centra. Ďakujeme hlavne všetkým vám, ktorí za nami stojíte modlitebne a finančne a takto s nami spolupracujete. Aj vďaka vám naše služby môžu bežať aj naďalej. Ale ak nás ešte nepodporujete, chcem vás poprosiť, mohli by ste sa modliť a pýtať Pána Boha, či sa nemáte stať našimi partnermi služby aj vy. Týmto spôsobom sa naša služba stane aj vašou. Možno ste boli počas mnohých rokov nejakým spôsobom požehnaní cez službu a piesne Timothy kapely, cez Transformation Tour, TWCSCHOOL, live streamy na našom YouTube a cez iné naše služby. A tak vaša pravidelná alebo príležitostná finančná podpora pomôže zase nám pokračovať v službe ďalej. A nezabudnite, žiadny dar nie je príliš malý. Ak sa vám naše podcasty páčili, môžete sa prihlásiť na odber, môžete to zdieľať so svojimi priateľmi na sociálnych sieťach, alebo pre viac informácií navštívte našu stránku twc.sk. Tam tiež nájdete možnosť dostať sa ku CD-čkam kapely Timothy, knihám a iným materiálom, ktoré sme vydali. Podporiť nás môžete aj priamo cez náš QR kód alebo na našej web stránke cez náš bankový účet. Ďakujeme, že ste s nami a buďte požehnaní.